Yeah.
Like a true alcoholic. Not that I am one, but, I was already in the links. I already had 4 beers this morning.
Happens.
It's 10:30 here. Guys, welcome to Fantasy Beasts and where to find them. It's right there on the sign. We are your hosts for the Stardom Situm Sunday morning episode. To my far left, Mr. Gary Holt. In the center, Mr. Jason Holt.
It's me.
I am Kyle Ranney. Guys, welcome back. Week 2 of the NFL season. We're ready to get into it for the most part. A lot of injuries this week.
Oh, yeah, a lot of injuries. There's some surprising ones, too.
Yeah, some that kind of crept up out of nowhere.
Let me go get a quick share on our page.
I actually busted a hole in my foot.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Guys, we're going to do our best to not completely bright me out here. See if I can do anything about this. No, not really. It's coming in from the high end here. All right. Well, I guess that is what it is. I can't do much. Besides maybe this.
I'm sure. Oh, yeah, that might work.
That definitely helped.
All right, I kind of look like a human now. So, guys, we are here.
One eye looks like it's closed.
It might be. We don't have anybody jumping on with us currently. We're streaming, though, so that's a plus sign. We'll go ahead and push these out across the board and go from there. What do you got in there?
Just ginger beer.
So, guys, interesting week. A lot to go with. We'll start out hot here. Get some people in. I have a parlay I really like this week.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a sack artist parlay. I have 2 actually that I put down, but the one I really like is plus 358 to hit. Brian Burns of the Panthers to record a sack.
Okay.
Justin Houston of the Ravens to record a sack. And DeMarcus Lawrence to record a half sack. Sounds like Brandon.
Not a bad one.
Three.
That's what we call him.
3 sacks total on the day, or 2.5 sacks would win you.
Boy.
Yeah, happy birthday, Brandon.
Oh, I didn't realize it was his birthday.
Golfing with him this morning.
I didn't get
Paid for the cart. Would pay you $358 total.
Yeah?
And then I put down another one that pays $543 at a $5 bet, but that's a 5 sack parlay, so we'll see. But yeah, guys, we are gonna get into it here. Oh, scissor me daddy ass.
Huh?
What?
AEW, Billy Gunn, they call him daddy ass.
Oh.
And the Acclaimed is like this, they tell him scissor me daddy ass.
Brandon knows we were talking about him.
Half sack, you say? Yes,
His
sir.
ears must have been ringing.
Cheers, Captain Half Sack. Good round today.
Happy birthday, buddy. I don't know if you heard me earlier.
As he said, he was very happy that our friend Niski does not have a Facebook, because he can only imagine the Facebook writing on his wall, happy birthday UB, and him having to explain what uniballer means to everybody.
Happy birthday, Brandon.
Injuries this week. Arizona Cardinals. J.J. Watt still questionable, was expected to suit up. Rondell Moore ruled out again. Jalen Thompson, safety is questionable. Trayvon Mullen questionable with a toe. Andy Isabella out with a back injury. Rashad Coward. Sounds like a real coward that he's not playing. He's out. Justin Pugh, questionable. Cody Ford, IR. The Atlanta Falcons, Damian Williams, running back, was placed on the IR with a rib injury. He's out for at least 4 weeks. Good news for Tyler Algier fans. Tyler Algier should see some reps this week. Deion Jones, placed on the IR with his shoulder injury, should be back soon. Baltimore Ravens, J.K. Dobbin is still not playing this week.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the
I
only
know.
healthy back they have there, other than Mike Davis, is
Kenyon Drake, buddy. And that's why I kept him in my one lineup. But J.K. Dobbin is not expected to play. They're going to keep him wrapped up and try to keep him healthy. Marlon Humphrey with a groin injury is expected to play. He's questionable. Marcus Peters is questionable with a knee injury. Ronnie Stanley is doubtful. So again, they're going to be without their starting left tackle. And rookie defensive tackle Travis Jones is questionable. Wide receiver James Proche also doubtful. The Buffalo Bills. Not a good injury report for them for the Monday night game. Defensive tackle Tim Settle is doubtful with a calf injury for Monday. Cornerback Dane Jackson is questionable with a knee injury for Monday, although he missed three or four practices this week.
What did Settle have?
Calf.
Okay.
Ed Oliver, defensive tackle, is officially listed as out with an ankle injury. He will not play this week. Gabe Davis added to the injury report on Saturday with an ankle injury. He's questionable to play.
I think he'll play.
I think he will as well, but not good news for the defensive tackle issues.
Especially when we're playing Henry.
Yeah.
It's only Tim Settle, though. I mean, not
Yeah,
that
And,
it's a big deal.
and Ed.
Oh, yeah, and
Settle was a
but-
huge reason.
I know,
Yeah,
but
runs-
I think we
run
got
defense.
depth there
Carolina Panthers, linebacker Brandon Smith,
with Shaq
doubtful.
Lawson and them coming back.
Wide receiver Shai Smith, questionable with the groin. And special teams ace Andre Roberts, knee injury could be a severe issue this year, but he was placed on the IR. Chicago Bears wide receiver Velus Jones is doubtful for a second straight week. And offensive tackle Alex Leatherwood, who they acquired from the waiver wire from the Las Vegas Raiders, he is out with a non-football illness. Cincinnati Bengals, T. Higgins, concussion is expected to suit up this week.
That's good. I mean,
Tight end Devin CSC, questionable with a quadricep injury. Josh Tupua, defensive tackle, is questionable. Long snapper Clark Harris is out for months with a bicep injury. Offensive tackle Isaiah Prince, placed on the IR as well. Cleveland Browns, Jack Conklin was listed as questionable, will not play this week, so another starting tackle gone for the Browns. Chris Hubbard, another offensive tackle, out with an illness this week. Quarterback Greedy Williams was placed on the IR. He will also not play this week. The Dallas Cowboys,
I mean, he's right.
Terrell Basham placed on the IR with a thigh injury. He'll miss at least 4 weeks. Jaron Kearse, safety, he's out for this week with a knee injury. Guard Connor McGovern, out. Wide receiver Michael Gallup, out. Dak Prescott, quarterback, out.
Cooper Rush.
Cooper effing Rush.
I mean, he has some pretty good stats for when he played. Had started games before, but
As long as they sack him, I don't care.
They will.
Denver Broncos guard Billy Turner, questionable for the week with a knee injury. Linebacker Randy Gregory, questionable, doesn't have an expectation. Linebacker Josie Jewell, questionable with a calf injury. Wide receiver KJ Hamler, out from a knee injury.
He didn't do much last week.
I wonder if he still is not fully healthy from that ACL and he tried to give it a go last week and wasn't well.
It could be.
Because he did nothing last week. Guard Quinn Miners is out this week. That's the dude with the belly.
Oh, yeah.
And safety Justin Simmons, all-pro safety for Denver. Placed on the IR.
We almost just had a catastrophic meltdown here.
yeah, I don't know how that happened.
I don't either, but...
I thought someone was coming through the window. I'm like,
Frank, is that you? Guys, I want to be on the Sunday show. Oh my.
Just normal Frank trying to deliver the mail.
You can't say that, man. He won't show up tomorrow either now. Jesus. Kaywan Williams, cornerback, is questionable. Michael Jamudia, cornerback, was placed on the IR. The Detroit Lions. Big fantasy news here, guys. DeAndre Swift is expecting to give it a go. However, they said that they're probably going to limit his snaps. So Jamal Williams owners, you might want to fire him up.
Yeah, definitely be a smart move there.
Ankle is expected to play Sunday, but could have his role reduced. So I actually took him out of my DFS FanDuel lineup I put Javonte Williams in instead. It allowed me to actually switch Javonte Williams and upgrade Adam Troutman to Pat Freiermuth. So,
Yeah, it's not a bad.
not a bad play. Guard Jonah Jackson's doubtful for this week. Amani Aruruye, I definitely did not say that right. It's questionable with back injury. Top 5 center in the league, Frank Ragnow, is out with a groin injury. So, a lot of injuries there for Detroit. Green Bay. Allen Lazard, listed as questionable, is expected to play Sunday. That'll help out Aaron Rodgers owners. Elgington Jenkins, listed as questionable, is also expected to play against the Bears Sunday night. David Bakhtiari, listed as questionable, does not have his designation. He may also miss this game again. Guard John Runyon Jr. Got a concussion. He's questionable. Linebacker Chris Barnes is out, placed on the IR with an ankle injury. Houston Texans, Brevin Jordan, questionable with an ankle. Starting center Justin Britt, out for personal reasons today. Defensive end Mario Addison, placed on the IR. Doesn't tell me why. Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are banged up, man.
Banged up.
If
Yeah.
there's ever a week the Jags are going to get them, it's this
I
week.
picked him.
Michael Pittman, starting wide receiver, out with a quad injury. Defensive tackle DeForest Buckner, questionable with a hip injury. Cornerback Kenny Moore, questionable with a hip injury. Shaq Leonard, out for a second straight week with that back injury. Second round wide receiver Alec Pierce, out with a concussion. Their number one receiver this week is Paris Campbell. So if there's ever a week you wanted to play Paris Campbell on your DFS lineups, it's probably this week. There's nobody else there. Jacksonville Jaguars, very healthy slate here.
Yeah, it looks nice there.
Willie Johnson from the IR from August 31st and Jordan Smith from June 14th. No other injuries in Jacksonville. Kansas City Chiefs, Mecole Hardman. Oh, they played on Thursday.
There's just a little paw coming from under the door.
That's Wally's chunky paw. Las Vegas Raiders, Andre James, center, out with concussion. Linebacker Denzel Perryman, out with an ankle injury. Safety Trayvon Morig, out with a hip injury. Running back Brandon Bolden, doubtful with a hamstring injury. Wide receiver DJ Turner, placed in the IR. Cornerback Anthony Averett, placed in the IR. The Raiders are a little banged up right now.
Yeah, but they're still a high caliber team out there.
I think so. LA Chargers, they played the other day. Not good news if you're a Justin Herbert owner. He has cracked rib cartilage. Ugly.
How long does that keep him out?
They said he could practice this week, but it doesn't mean he's going to be healthy to play.
I wouldn't play him this early.
The LA Rams, Leonard Floyd, questionable with a knee injury. Van Jefferson out again this week with a knee injury. Joe Noteboom, questionable. Matthew Orzik, questionable. Kyron Williams, rookie running back out of Notre Dame.
Except for the Rams, Van Jefferson's out.
Yeah,
They should have him listed here as being covered by AJ Terrell.
he's out. Kyron Williams, this was printed 3 days ago.
Oh, I thought you just printed it today.
No, I don't have a printer.
I don't know what that is.
You see, Notre
That's
Dame
a cricket.
almost lost a cow.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about college. Fuck you, Marshall, Thundering Herd.
Who do you
I was
mean?
watching the Notre Dame game yesterday.
What'd you say?
What's wrong with Marshall?
Oh, they didn't win.
Oh.
They're the team that upset Notre Dame. I played a -10 against Bowling Green, and they couldn't beat Bowling Green and cost me my parlay. Miami Dolphins, Channing Tyndall, linebacker, doubtful.
I want to watch that game because that's going to be a good game.
Miami and Baltimore
Yeah.
should be a very good game. Tight end Hunter Long, I forgot they have him, out with an ankle injury. Tight end Ethan Carter out with a concussion. Offensive tackle Teron Armstead, questionable with a toe injury. Guard Austin Jackson, former first-round pick, he's placed on the IR. He will miss 4 weeks. That's about it for Miami. Minnesota, former Clemson player.
I want to pick somebody out. Just like, I'm watching you. They're like, oh, I'm looking at him.
There's 2 people watching total. So someone just watched you just, I see you. I see you. I see you. Minnesota Vikings, Andrew Booth, former Clemson cornerback, he's out with a quad injury. Linebacker Ryan Connolly out and Blake Prohl out. New England. Oh, God.
Just everybody go to the next team.
Josh Bledsoe out. Safety. Raekwon McMillan, questionable. Pierre Strong, questionable. Adrian Phillips, questionable. Trent Brown, questionable. Sean Wade, questionable. Ty Montgomery placed on the IR. That's actually pretty short for them.
Yeah, not bad for them. What's up, Rob?
What's going on, Robert? How are you, brother?
Morning.
Oh, good morning. The New Orleans Saints, Mark Ingram, questionable. Listed as questionable as expected to play. Alvin Kamara, listed as questionable, not expected to play today. Big news if you're a Kamara owner.
I am not.
Quarterback, Jameis Winston, expected to play with a back injury. Dwayne Washington, running back, expected to go. Alante Taylor, the rookie, listed as questionable. Traquan Smith, wide receiver, questionable. Paulson Adebo, cornerback, he is listed as out. He was already out on this list. Okay. I got very excited there for a second. New York Giants, Kadarius Toney, questionable, but is expected to suit up today. Cornerback Jason Pennick, out with a shoulder. Cornerback Nick McLeod, out. Didn't give a reason why. Former Buffalo Bill there. And wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson, out with a knee injury. Aziz Ajulari, doubtful for today. That's a edge rusher.
Aziz Ansari.
Yep, Aziz Ansari. And Kayvon Thibodeau, doubtful as well with his knee injury. Cornerback Aaron Robinson. That's the starting corner for New York. He is not playing today. He underwent emergency appendectomy this week.
Is that appendix surgery?
Yep. So Baker Mayfield might be worth a start in daily fantasy. New York Jets, CJ Uzomah, doubtful with a hamstring injury. Safety Jordan Whitehead, questionable. Braxton Berrios, questionable. Zach Wilson, out again. George Fant, offensive tackle, questionable. John Franklin Myers, questionable. Braden Mann, questionable. Philadelphia Eagles, Dirk Barnett, placed in the IR. He is out this week. Only real new one for Philly. Pittsburgh Steelers, they've placed linebacker TJ Watt on the IR. He doesn't have a fully torn pec, but he has a torn pec.
Yeah, they're saying he could return.
They're saying he'll return in 6 weeks. DeMonte KZ, safety, he is expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks while recovering from left arm surgery. That's it for them. San Fran 49ers. George Kittle. Go figure, he's not expected to play again.
Yeah, I'm an owner. I had to replace him with Logan Thomas. So.
Dan Brunskill, offensive tackle, out with a hamstring. Jordan Willis placed on the IR with an undisclosed injury. Elijah Mitchell placed on the IR with a knee injury. Any updates on Gabe Davis? As of right now, it was an ankle injury in practice yesterday, Rob. They don't have confirmation on how bad it is, but he's only listed as questionable, so it can't be too bad. Hopefully he'll be good to go.
Yeah, I believe he'll be good to go because they would have said it was worse than it was if it was anything.
They would have probably listed him as doubtful if he was not good to go.
Also true. Seattle Seahawks, Joey Blunt, safety, he's out with a hamstring. Justin Coleman, cornerback, out this week. I believe he's one of the starters there. That's... If you're a DFS owner and you can find a way to get Juwan Jennings in today, you might want to play him. He had a good day last week. That was one of Trey Lance's favorite targets. I don't like Trey Lance. But he was already one of Trey Lance's favorite targets. He was already facing a favorable matchup against Justin Coleman, who allowed 20 points last week. And now Coleman's backup's going to go in? Juwan Jennings might be worth your play, guys.
I'm looking for CeeDee Lamb.
Dallas is playing Cincy, so... Right here, buddy. We talked about that on the air. Artie Burns, questionable. Jamal Adams officially out for the season. Go fucking figure.
What did he do? He tore something.
His hope.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tristan Wirfs, questionable with an abdominal snowman injury. Russell Gage, questionable, is expected to suit up. Julio Jones, questionable, is going to be a game time decision. Leonard Fournette, questionable, hamstring injury. Mike Williams, questionable, has a chance to play. There's a lot of injury there. Gary, are we going to get Jalen Darden season finally?
We hope. We can only hope.
Chris Godwin listed as out, will not play on Sunday. Brashad Perryman expected to go. Donovan Smith, offensive tackle, doubtful. We might finally see Jalen Darden season. And I can't wait for it. Tennessee Titans on Monday night. Yes, the Bills had a rough go. However, starting offensive tackle Jamarco Jones, he will not play on Monday. Starting cornerback and former first-round pick Christian Fulton will also not play on Monday. Running back Dontrell Hilliard, who had 2 touchdowns last week, he will not play on Monday. Deshaun Hand, defensive end, was placed on the IR. He will miss. And slot wide receiver Kyle Phillips of UCLA is questionable. Washington Commanders, last one. We made it through that pretty quickly.
Yeah. Ow.
Jonathan Allen, defensive tackle, he's questionable for this week. Late addition to the injury report. Fidarian Mathis, placed on the IR, underwent knee surgery to replaces meniscus. He was out for a few weeks. Wes Schneider, questionable with a hamstring. Cameron Curl, safety, questionable with a thumb. Brian Robinson's out there doing some running, though.
Yeah, they said he could be back by what, week 4?
Week 5 would be it. What do you say we jump into some pick'ems, though, guys?
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Anybody's got any questions? You're out there. You're listening. You're watching. Let us know. Ask us some questions.
I can ask a question for us to debate over if nobody
Sure.
wants to. Trevor Lawrence or Carson Wentz? I'm thinking the Trevor Lawrence because of the way
Who did the Jags have?
the Jags got Indy, how beat up Indy is. But it's a tough one.
So here's the thing. Carson's got a decent matchup this week. I believe he's got Detroit. However, Carson's also not a very mobile quarterback here.
He's kind of like how. He's kind of like how
my
Goff
dilemma
is.
here.
What?
So that's my dilemma here.
His ceiling is kind of like how Jared Goff is. Like it's always that like 15 to.
But I'm in a sticky
7
situation
Well,
with.
so I guess the
18.
thing is, like, we didn't exactly see Philadelphia have anybody to give a shit about last week because Philadelphia didn't throw the ball well, and when they did, it was AJ Brown who carved them up.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it can't be Terry McLaurin to carve them up.
And what the hell's his name? Jahan Dotson had 2 touchdowns last week.
Jahan Dotson had 2 touchdowns, and I love Jahan
We've seen
Dotson.
Jeff Okuda. I'm not a huge fan of Okuda though.
What about a Barracuda?
I personally like Trevor Lawrence.
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to put the team in a better position to win.
That's what I
I
thought,
think
but-
Detroit wins the game
I'm in a
against
sticky
Washington.
situation
Probably.
with Dak and
I think there's a better.
Deshaun being out. I got 4 quarterbacks on that roster because I got 2 of them out.
Here's the good news. I think both of them have a floor of 15 points this week.
That's fine with me.
However, I think both of them have a ceiling of 25. So I don't think you're going to break barriers with either of these guys.
I'm not planning on getting over like 100 points with Trevor Lawrence in as my quarterback.
I guess here's the thing. What did we see last week from Davis Mills? This is the big question of the day.
I don't remember.
Because that's where we should sit. Although Davis Mills has been the second best rookie quarterback since last year. So, last week, week 1, Houston Texans, Davis Mills against the Colts went for 240 and 2 touchdowns with no rushing ability. 240 and 2 touchdowns and add an extra 50 and a possible touchdown. I think your higher ceiling is Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I thought. But
Although
I just
he
figured,
sounds like the most
let's get
boring
some
human in the
questions on
world.
here. I know he does with trying to hype up his team.
Oh,
I
it
saw
was
that.
awful. It was so
It's
bad.
more like it's just like a go team, and that's it.
All right, we ready to prove him wrong? Cool, let's go. What? Who wants to play for that? We'll do start 'em, sit 'em, though, guys. And a pick 'em. Carolina, New York, even 1.
I took Carolina. I
They
think.
don't have Zach Wilson. If they had Zach Wilson.
No, New York Giants.
Oh. I think the Giants.
I'm going Giants as
Go
well.
2-0 here.
I think Dable's going to play some weird ball. I think this is the week that they unlock Kadarius Toney. I truthfully hope it's the week they unlock Kadarius Toney. So I'm going to say Giants over Panthers
Yeah, I think the Panthers are in some duty.
Pats.
I think this year the Panthers fire Matt Rule.
Yeah. New England Patriots versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers.
I'm going
I
to
hate
go Steelers
say
too
it,
on
but
this.
Steelers.
New England hasn't fixed that line. I think their defense is only going to get worse before it gets better.
That defense is great, and like Mac Jones is going to develop, but the Steelers defense is just a high caliber
I
defense,
do
even
think the
if
Steelers
they are
will win
banged up.
too. Who's the home team?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think the Steelers will win.
Tampa Bay and New Orleans.
I have the Saints with the upset.
I don't even think you can call it an upset at this point because New Orleans is so banged up. Or Tampa's so banged up at
They're
the
still
receiver
projected
front.
78% chance to win or whatever.
And Tampa's a -3 favorite. I think New Orleans is the easy answer there. Although I think I did play Tampa on my...
What is that? Someone's asking a question. I can't see exactly the first one.
Brandon, Devin Duvernay or Darnell Mooney? That is a tough
Yeah, it's
question.
a tough one.
Who's got Duvernay?
I was just looking at Mooney.
Nick Needham.
Emil Alexander.
The problem is Duvernay, you still need to trust Lamar. Green Bay's got a tough one because Jair Alexander isn't a bad corner, but he allowed 40 points last week.
Tougher defense.
Yeah.
Dolphins have a much tougher defense than what you got with last week. Dolphins have a tougher defense than the Jets. Is the big issue. Who'd the Jets start? Jets ran with Michael Carter II. Although, so that's the weird thing is they're gonna say that they lined up Duvernay at wide receiver or quarterback 2 and DJ Reed allowed to get him smoked. Which, if you're gonna match that up, you're facing Keon Crossan, who allowed 4 points last week. I don't see Duvernay being the same player, and I think he's very touchdown dependent, and he's a very deep ball threat. I can't see Darnell Mooney having 1.9 points again.
Yeah. You know,
I know that the
I like that
39.4...
matchup. I know that's it. Throws
I-
everything off.
Well, I
but-
know that was from Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
But I still cannot see Darnell Mooney not having a day.
Not having a day. Yeah.
They didn't throw to Darnell Mooney because it was a monsoon.
Yeah, really.
I'm still siding Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, I would say Darnell Mooney.
What do you think, Gary?
I just don't. I don't trust like the Ravens' offense only because like they're a run-heavy team, and then they like to use Mark Andrews for most of their targets. So I still think. I mean, I think Mooney's the safer play.
I think Mooney has the higher floor.
Yeah.
I think Mooney has a higher floor and higher ceiling. If Mooney goes off and Jair Alexander is burnt this year, Mooney can go for 25. I don't think you're going to get 25 from Devin Duvernay.
Plus, Lamar tends to struggle against teams with more athletic defenses.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'd be willing to say Mooney as well. I understand what the advanced numbers say. Okay, Drake London or Duvernay. I'm leaning towards London. So here's the problem. Do we know what side of the field Drake London was running most of his routes last week?
I don't.
Let me see if I can pull an all 22 real quick of this. Because that's a big thing. If Drake London's going to run on the right side, which is...
It says he's got Jalen Ramsey.
I know it does, but if he ran mainly left, Jalen Ramsey doesn't leave that side of the field.
Which, I mean, doesn't scare me. Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah,
but
but
against
yeah,
the
but as a rookie...
It's a little different than
I don't know.
because Stephon Diggs is a top 5 route runner.
It still doesn't scare me. Trash. Right there.
Yikes.
You be playing Jalen?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still... I don't know. It don't terrify me that much, really, either, though.
Yeah, so Drake London's for sure going to line up against Jalen.
Unless they see that on film and reverse it.
Yeah, but I want to say even with UFC or USC, he mainly lined up to the right. So that's going to be tough to do. Even so, if they reverse it and he's used to lining up right, there I'd probably have to go Duvernay. And it's just, I'm trying to be smart on that. I love Drake London as a player, and I love the potential.
Yeah,
but week 2 against Jalen Ramsey.
Against when you're considering him still in all...
They listed him as Gabe Davis as wide receiver 1.
I think it's where they're running routes. I don't understand why, but yeah, unfortunately, I think it's got to be Drake London this week or Devin Duvernay over London. Unless you're talking flex and you can put a running back in there. A very tough matchup though, Brandon. Washington Commanders, Detroit Lions. I know the Lions are 0-1, but I'm taking the Lions
I
here.
took Washington.
I'm gonna go with the Lions because they've been clawing and scratching at wins here, and they played a good Philly team.
When I first played that, Detroit was a 1.5 point favorite. Now it's a pick'em. And I definitely think I would go Detroit still. I think I like what Detroit's put together as a team.
Washington's defense isn't as good.
No. We already did we talk Tampa, New Orleans?
Yeah, we took.
I was going to take Tampa for that.
I would go New Orleans.
I like New Orleans, but I think I don't know.
I think the only reason I'm taking New Orleans over Tampa is the lack of a starting lineman and the lack of possibly 2 starting receivers.
I think without Kamara, they're not as versatile.
Well, I think without possibly Julio Jones and Chris Godwin, they're also not as versatile. And the fact that there's still a lot of concern on Evans as well. So that's it. I think this is a weird game, and if you don't put it on your betting card, I don't understand why. New York Jets, Cleveland Browns.
The Browns.
The Browns, and it's going to be a boring game.
The Jets.
Field goals.
I hate saying it because I don't trust Joe Flacco. The Jets. Miami Dolphins, Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore. I know it's going to be a good game, but I think Baltimore will come on top.
I think Baltimore wins 2. I think it's going to be like a 27-20 game.
I think it'll be decided by a field goal.
I'm going to say Miami. I don't trust Baltimore. Their defense didn't look great last week. And if we're looking at X factors on offense,
the only thing is I just don't. Tua still didn't have that good.
Tua's not what concerns me. Get the.
Game.
How did Jalen Waddle score? They got the ball in his hands.
That's what they're doing.
He made the work.
That's their offense. Is get the ball.
I agree, Robert. I'm saying Fins with the upset, and I don't care which receiver it is. I think they're going to do their best to just force, especially with losing Kyle Fuller.
I care which receiver it is. It's Tyreek Hill.
It can be either. It can be both.
No, Tyreek Hill.
Well, you're wrong there.
I have both, so I don't care.
Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars.
I have the Jacksonville Jaguars with the upset just because the Colts are banged up, and the Indy can't seem to win in Jacksonville the past couple of years. So Jacksonville.
You gonna paper towel out of there?
No.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna go Jacksonville. I think with Indy being banged up and Jacksonville coming off.
Change.
Jacksonville coming off a tough loss. I think they're gonna bounce back.
Oh no. I'm also gonna go Jaguars. We'll make that clean sweep on the.
Clean sweep. Put the Jaguar image up right here.
Wow. Is that what happens on Madden?
I don't know. When they do the starting pick'ems, they have like a little thing at the bottom where the logo comes up for whoever they pick.
Yeah, well, we're not that fancy.
We'll get there. We'll have somebody behind the scenes someday.
Yeah, well, no comment. Atlanta Falcons, LA Rams.
I think the Rams.
And it's not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put the Rams, I believe.
I like Mariota, but like the Rams are going to come out angry.
Yeah.
Seattle and San Fran.
This is a tough one because Russell didn't
San
look great
Fran
last
is.
week. San Fran's got Trey Lance.
San Fran is a 9-point favorite.
I still took the Seahawks because I think they're going to come back with their revenge week, and Russell's going to be angry, and you're going to see some angry.
No, buddy, Russell's not in Seattle anymore.
Oh shit, not Russ.
Gino.
Gino, that's what I meant.
They won.
I'm thinking of
They won last week.
I'm thinking of the Broncos. I'm saying the Seahawks.
Yeah, well, I think Seattle anyways. I don't trust Trey Lance.
I do like Seattle in this game. Like you said, I don't trust Trey Lance either, and I don't think that...
They made Russ make some mistakes last week. That Seahawks defense had heart.
I don't think that Trey Lance will be able to bounce back from a game like that either.
No. Houston, Denver. If Denver loses this, everybody in the greater Denver area might start hitting the alarms.
I was thinking about the Broncos.
Robert Haynes is still going San Fran, so he's the only one against us there.
I like Davis Mills, but I think Denver. I think Russ cooks.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think he has to. He's got to show up and do something this week. If they go 0-2, you're gonna start hitting the alarm in Denver as a fan. Arizona, LA, or Arizona, Las Vegas. This is a tough game.
Las Vegas, Arizona's frauds.
Vegas. Arizona's defense didn't look great last week, and I know that's against Kansas City, but you're playing the Raiders, which is like just under Kansas City, if not same caliber.
If I'm an Arizona fan too, and if Kyler goes 0-2, I'm starting to think like, wait a minute, why did we pay this guy all this money?
You're not wrong. I
Getting
think
close to November too, so they're getting screwed.
Oh. Brian Dable has officially confirmed wide receiver Kadarius Toney will play today.
There we go.
Somebody just posted underneath that. Let's fuck. I like Kyler. I do, but I think Vegas takes this one. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be like 31-28 final.
Yeah. That's what I like to hear. Bunch of
38-35 final.
Yeah.
Bunch
of points. That's all I care about.
Cincinnati Bengals, Dallas Cowboys.
I took the Bengals because I think Burrow's going to have a bounce back week after that.
I don't think Cooper Rush will be able to keep up with that.
I do think Demarcus Lawrence is going to hit Joe at least one time.
Yeah.
There'll probably be a couple picks in that game just because of Tavon Diggs. I'm not going to lie there, but
Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs, yeah.
I threw that in my 11-leg parlay. They gave it to me for less than -500 on Vegas odds, and it still improved my parlay.
Yeah.
Which quarterback has more yards head-to-head? Joe Burrow or Cooper Rush?
Well,
And how do you not play Joe Burrow on that leg? That's a gimme pick. Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers.
As much as everyone
is jerking off the Packers,
I'm going to go Chicago with the upset for once.
I'm also going Chicago with the upset.
Yeah, I like that. Chicago with the
Bengals are going to whip them. Thanks for joining us, Joseph.
Green Bay's just... I think Green Bay has a bad year.
What's funny is...
I honestly think Aaron Rodgers ends somewhere else by the end of the year.
What's really funny is...
And I think it's San Francisco.
I don't think they're going to trade him in the middle of the season.
Why? Look at what happened last week after all the shit was going out. The game wasn't lost. Aaron blows a fit. They put Jordan Love in.
I think he's traded by the time...
He went 4 or 5 for 60.
I think he's traded by the end of the season. I think he goes to San Francisco.
Gonna go Packers. Well, you're wrong, Joseph. Robert Haynes got me with the Bears. Here we go. We go all 3 for 3 with Bears here?
Yeah, we did.
Bears. Monday night, 2 for Buffalo Bills, Tennessee Titans. The Bills are a 10-point favorite.
I took Buffalo.
I don't want to be a homer, but I'm going to go with the Bills. I know the Titans have been a thorn in our side the last 2 seasons, but they don't have the offensive power that
they don't have the offensive line to drive the power.
I think the Bills can outscore them. They used to have Julio and A.J. Brown, and they used to kind of hurt us with the run and then kind of do the play action. That was kind of like we just could not stop it. They don't have the offensive weaponry they used to. So I think the Bills could take this one. And they lost, not the Giants, not that the Giants are bad, but the Giants aren't what the Bills. So I think the Bills could put on another show here.
Yeah, I think the Bills are going to absolutely tar kick the shit out of the Titans. So.
And I'd love to see it. I want to get our revenge.
And the last game of the week, Minnesota Vikings, Philadelphia Eagles.
I took the Vikings.
Is that that's Monday night?
That's a Monday night 8:30 game.
Ugh.
They're an hour and 15 away.
I don't think I'll be watching that at all.
Yeah, you will. It'll be on while we're watching the Bills game.
I won't pay attention to it.
Yeah, it'll be in the far corner. Who cares?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Yeah, I have Vikings.
Only reason I go with the Vikings is because they almost lost to Detroit last week.
Yeah, but I think Detroit's better than we think. I think the Vikings are not good, and I think what helped the Vikings was, hey, you have Daniel Hunter. I don't know. He's Jamaican. I don't know how the fuck he says it. You have Daniel Hunter, and also they don't have either their starting 2 left or right tackle.
Yeah,
I think that was a huge part of where Green Bay looked horrendous last week, and Aaron Rodgers just does not want to be there. You're going to give me nothing around me? I don't care.
He wanted to be there when they signed, and I think they said Devontae Adams was going to get signed, and then Devontae Adams did get signed, and he went over to the Raiders, and now he was like, I don't want to play here anymore because you let my only weapon go away. So I think he's just ready out to be out
That's
there.
about it. I can see if we have inactives. I don't think we will. That was a pretty quick episode this week.
I mean, like, we can throw more questions in there if I want to start throwing questions from us if we want to talk.
I feel like we should start telling people to just jump on and give. If you have questions, sure, we'll talk about them.
No, I'm just saying if nobody had any questions.
If you've got, we don't have anything else in there.
CD Lamb or DJ Moore? Because CD Lamb.
DJ Moore.
I like CD Lamb though.
I like them both. I can't decide.
I like DJ Moore, especially with the fact that we just found out that Aaron Robinson, who was the number one, who already had a disadvantage, is not playing there this week. We don't have any updated inactives, so yeah. Sanders or Hall?
That's a good one.
That would be Miles Sanders or Breece Hall.
Breece Hall.
So here's the tough thing.
I like Breece Hall only for the fact that they're gonna run the ball a lot, and they're gonna switch back between Carter and Breece Hall.
Well, that's the thing. Carter also lost his receiving downs.
Who are the Jets playing?
The Browns. That's what I'm saying.
They're
That's the
gonna be
tough
playing
thing.
from behind.
But that's not necessarily. It's only Jacoby Brissett, and that's the big issue. Is Joe? I'm not also jumping on the Miles Sanders train here because I hate Miles Sanders.
I don't want anything to do. Oh my God! I don't want anything to do with Miles Sanders.
By God,
I don't like that. I think I would take Breece Hall.
I guess I'm gonna have to go Breece Hall here. We saw that they took away some of the passing routes from Michael Carter. Miles Sanders, I just don't trust because here's the thing: Philadelphia last week, you had Jalen Hurts with 90 yards and a touchdown. Miles Sanders had a rushing touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell had a rushing touchdown, and Boston Scott had a rushing touchdown. If you put all that in, Robert Haynes thinks you need caffeine, Gary.
I can't have caffeine.
Alvin Kamara officially out for today. But yeah, I just don't trust Miles Sanders. I don't trust Philadelphia's running defense.
Do I even bother playing T. Higgins today, or should I bench him for like Hayden Hurst?
I would play T. Higgins. They said he should be good.
I know, but
Guys, if that's about it,
be limited?
we'll give you a couple seconds. If anybody else has another question, we'll deal with it. But I think that's about it.
And if you have any questions when we're not live, you can always shoot us a message or some sort of Facebook something.
That too. We'll
Twitter,
try to answer.
and we'll
as
answer
needed.
before 1 o'clock if we can.
Yeah, I think that's about it, though. I think it's about a 45-minute episode today, and that's off-center. That's centered there. We're fine. We're being attacked here.
Yeah, the mail tried to get delivered to the window.
Yeah, Frank. It's normal, Frank. No, other Franks would be like, what do you mean normal, Frank?
You're normal, Frank.
Yeah, sure. Oh, happy birthday, Charlie Siebert.
Too many birthdays.
It's 2.
Happy birth. Guys, I think that's it. We've got no other responses.
I don't see anything. So.
Thank you guys for jumping on. Hopefully we'll get some more help out next week. It'll be on a Sunday, so we'll actually be able to gear right into tailgating.
Yeah, we'll probably be right at our actual
our
studio.
original studios. But guys, until then, thank you. And until next time, you keep on looking for those fantasy beasts.